It's been a few days since we've been in the garden, or at least since I brought you in the garden, but lots has happened. I planted a bunch of marigolds and wildflowers over here in this part where I'm watering, and I'll show you because I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out because it was a weeded area. I pulled up a bunch of weeds, but not all of them. I was kind of lazy about it. I wasn't sure, kind of did it half-assed. So I came over to look, and sure enough, I found seed leaves. Okay, and what that means is I found a plant that goes over there. I found a plant or a seed that had germinated. You see it right there? This one has its seed leaves, and so this inspired me to water and keep going. So like all these are weeds and everything, so I'm looking around, and sure enough, there's something that has seed leaves. Seed leaves are the first leaves that you get on a plant. After the seed leaves open up, the seed leaves are each side of the seed as it opens up and becomes a plant, and then the true leaves shoot up in between the seed leaves. So that's what we got going on there. Now, over here, I just like kamikaze style threw a whole bunch of marigold seeds. So we're going to water them in because I literally have a half of a bag, a brown paper bag full of marigold deadheads from all over the place that I just grabbed because I thought they were pretty here or there, or they came off my plants. And so they're not going to last forever. And I thought, let's just kamikaze style throw them in there. And so we're watering those in. And this is an avocado that we're trying to grow into an avocado plant. That's like, I don't know, the 5th attempt. We're going to keep trying that. Now, when I was with you guys last time, this was a total mess. But I have spent quite a bit of time weeding the peppermint patch. Look at that. Much cleaner, much nicer. I got all the weeds out of the sedum. The morning glories are growing up the teepee vine. I've got okay, I gotta turn the water off. Got the pepper plants in, and check it out. We got our first baby pepper. So exciting. And tomato plant, nothing going on there just yet. We'll have to see how this goes. Last time I grew a tomato plant back here, it didn't do so well. But everything else seems to be doing well. Here are the bush beans, so there we go. And they all came up. I threw them all in a line, so they have all popped up. Butternut squash is doing well. And then we've got strawberry plants here. So strawberry plants have what you call daughters. So they have these shoots that come off, these little vines right here, and they will plant the new plant right here, and that's called a daughter. And then there's another one over here off of this one. See this? It goes right into there. And so there's another new plant right there. And strawberries sometimes take 2 seasons to actually produce fruit, but since these were already like in pots and grown, I didn't grow these from seed, I'm wondering if I might get some fruit this year. Now, this part's super exciting. That cantaloupe I had last year that was super delicious, and I saved the seeds. Look at this. Oh, look here. This is a perfect example of the seed leaves. So you see that right there? That was the cantaloupe seed. And you give it a gentle tug. And so the seed, or the leaves, the first leaves, are in the shape of the seed. That's why they call them seed leaves. So then the true leaves will grow right up out of the middle. And then that will be the shape of the actual cantaloupe leaves. Look at them all. So now, what do? You can't grow them like that because they're going to be leggy and crazy and need a lot more space. So I'm going to take all of those and thin them out and probably take a bunch of them up to the community garden and probably give them to my neighbors. This is a morning glory right here. And then this is another morning glory right here. And then there's a whole mess of them right here. But I cleared this out. So this area right here is going to be covered in newspaper and then compost. And then it's going to have garden soil and manure. And then this year, that whole area got that treatment last year. I barely had any weeds there. I had to weed the crap out of this. It took me 3 days to get all of this weeded. And I'm on the fence about getting rid of 2 things. Clover, because it's so soft to walk on, and dandelions, because even though I don't eat them, maybe yet, I'm trying to get along with them in my space. So this right here is sedum, and it's got, you see the morning glories coming up through there. All right, let's move this guy out of here. Put that over there on the path. But here's a morning glory, and then this little thing right here, that's going to be a flower. And these ones have beautiful purple flowers. Purple, pink, yellow. I love those colors. And then let's see, this right here, look at that fuzzy bud. Most people like fuzzy buds of another kind. This is the kind of fuzzy bud I like. Let's see if I can get it in good focus. There we go. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm going to train these up, and hopefully we get enough, you know, that'll actually enclose the teepee. And then I got to come up with something for this path so that the path isn't sticks. I put sticks there so that nothing would grow, and it pretty much worked well. I had some newspaper down, and all the sticks in the yard I just threw there. Not so nice to walk on, though. But I got my little owl wind chime hung, and then my ceramic owl will go there on the bench. So this is the garden walk. Oh, you gotta see the daisies. Hold on, I'll be right back with the daisies. My daisies are blooming. Look at how pretty they are. And the gazanias are beautiful. I don't know what happened with that one. That one was the same size, same batch as these guys. And that one's a little tiny. Look at them all. Look how happy they are. Now that right there looks like a big fat cat got in the middle of my daisy plant. It's gonna be one. Look at all these. They're all reaching for the sun. Look at that. They're all reaching for that afternoon sun. And there's the daisies. That's clematis there. And these guys, this is like, you know, nature, life finds a way. These guys fell on the ground and they're still reaching up towards the sun. Look at that. 90-degree angle. Looking for the sun because they came down. Probably a cat there. I love it.